there Leo, I'm Ellie Rose with PsychicFuture.com and this is your horoscope from the 3rd to the 9th of September. So Mercury retrograde is now officially well in the past, and Mercury is now moving out of your sign, Leo, into Virgo. So this might feel like a little bit of a weird shift for you because obviously all the attention has been on you with Mercury and Leo, and perhaps you've been having thoughts of kind of like a creative and fiery and dramatic quality. But with that comes the opposite side to that. So with the creativity comes the feeling of lack and feeling like you're not doing enough. And with the confidence comes the feeling of unconfidence, comes a feeling of not being good enough, a feeling of low self-worth. And with the fieriness sometimes comes the wanting the fire and thinking, well, where is this fiery energy gone? So there are two sides to this Mercury and Leo coin that perhaps you've experienced over the last few weeks as, like I said, not feeling good enough, not feeling like you're doing enough, not feeling like you're achieving enough, not feeling like you're being enough. If that is the case, then this switch of Mercury into Virgo is going to help you now to focus in on the little details and figure out if you do feel like you're not enough, why, and what can you do about it? Do you need to perhaps take on some new skills? You need to learn something new. Perhaps you need to work a little bit harder somewhere. Perhaps you need to actually not work as hard as you are working somewhere else, and you need to pull back a little bit, have a little bit of rest, have a little bit of me time. What is it that you actually need in order to feel like you are enough? So then we also have Saturn, which has been retrograde for quite a long time now, is moving direct. So we don't tend to feel Saturn's movements as strongly as, say, Mercury, because Saturn has a much longer transit. So it's a slow moving planet, and unless it's touching one of your planets in your chart, you're not really going to feel it as an intense kind of shift like with Mercury retrograde. But what you will start to feel is that the kind of gates of your achievement start to open a little bit more, and you can start walking forwards a little bit easier. So when Saturn was in retrograde, there was almost we're being pulled back, the reins of our achievement are being pulled back. Whereas now that it's moving direct again and it's in Capricorn, all of a sudden our long-term goals are going to be able to be seen again, and we're going to kind of see the finish line and be like, okay, this is what I need to do to get there. I've got Mercury and Virgo telling me that I am good enough, and these are the things that I need to do to make sure I do feel good enough, and now I can start to take my steps towards this long-term goal that I really want. So it's going to be a great week as long as you just make the most of this energy. So I hope that resonated with you, Leo. If you need any extra help, let our Psychic Future advisors know. They'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you next week. Much love.